Hi everyone, Jennifer Shlomovich here, the Confident Vegan. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am a vegan confidence coach who specializes in helping others confidently be themselves, and I provide support for vegans who live with non-vegans navigate the challenges of living a lifestyle different from the people around them. And as a vegan who lives with non-vegans, I have a lot of experience, tools, teachings, and just a lot of things that have helped me over the years. And I'm now curating that information to provide support for anyone else who can relate. So this year I started doing Topic Tuesdays on my channel where I share interviews as well as plan on posting other types of topics, which I'm going to do today. And on Fridays, I have Food Friday, where I share recipes and other food related content. So this has been a new format. It's been going on now for a couple of weeks, and I really enjoy having this structure. It's also been helping me stay accountable with being consistent on my channel, and it provides a little more organization. So far, so good. The past couple weeks, I've had some great interviews with some guests sharing their vegan stories. So if you haven't checked those out, I'd like to invite you to check those out after you watch this video. Today, I really wanted to talk about the topic of how important it is to let go of things that are no longer serving you, that are no longer in alignment with who you are or who you're becoming. Uh, it can be uncomfortable when we're hanging on to things that used to resonate with who we were at one point, but no longer are. I have a bizarre analogy that I'm going to share in a moment that gave me the idea of talking about this today. Actually, I got the idea a couple weeks ago, and it all started with this blanket. I've had this blanket. It's been a blanket I've kept on the couch for 14 years. I purchased it almost 14 years back when I was going through a divorce and I had gotten separated and moved out into my own space. And I bought this cozy blanket that I've had in my life since then. And I have a lot of memories with this blanket, watching movies with my family. Um, my cat likes to snuggle with me on this blanket, and it's just been a part of my life for a really long time. So, a couple of weeks ago, my cat had a bathroom accident on the blanket, and it would have, I was thinking about all the work it would take to get the cat urine smell out of the blanket. And sometimes these things happen with a pet, and she's older. Sometimes she has health stuff where she'll have occasional accidents. And so I had to make a choice, and I was thinking about all the stress that would be involved in having to put all this stuff on it. I know how to get out the smell, but it's a process. It can take a couple of days, and it's a lot of washings. And did I want to spend all this money washing just to hang on to this blanket that, when I really started to think about it, reminded me of this challenging time? It provided comfort in my life through various different phases. I've since been remarried and have a blended family. And this blanket has been with me through a big part of my life. And this year has been very transformative. Last year was a huge transitional year for me. And this year, I feel like I emerged as someone new. And I felt like, this blanket is, it would just be me holding on to something old. And so I made the choice to let that go and throw it out. And there was a sense of relief of like, okay, I don't have to go through this whole process. Maybe it's time to buy a new blanket for the new phase in my life, and have, a nice blanket on the couch that represents where I am today. And I felt like this story would be a great analogy to share with you all when I decided to sit down and talk about it, because I feel like it outlines what happens when we hold on to things that we no longer need, right? Or something that maybe no longer serves us anymore. Because we've changed, maybe that thing has changed, maybe it's a person. Uh, we connect with friendships that represent who we are in that moment. And sometimes we can grow and evolve with those people, and sometimes we can't. And and that's okay. And when we let go of things that are no longer in alignment with who we are, it creates space for us to put something new in there. And so, because it can be a lot of hard work to sometimes hang on to something like this blanket. It would have been a lot of hard work, time and stress, and a lot of washes and money and resources and just a lot of energy in general just to get the odor out of this blanket. And it can be the same thing when we're trying to force something to work that maybe is no longer working for us, and when we're trying to hold on to things that are old and maybe it's time to do something new. Change can be uncomfortable, but when we find a way to change, or when we find ways to make those changes that are in alignment with who we are being and who we're becoming, we feel more aligned, we feel less stressed. So that's basically the topic for today that I wanted to share with you, is about letting go. And when we're hanging on to things that, one point served a purpose, or hanging on to maybe relationships that are no longer in resonance with who we are, it can feel like a struggle. It can create a lot of stress. It can create a lot of anxiety. And the big question I wanted to leave you with today is, what are you holding on to that you have outgrown? So what are you still hanging on to that you have outgrown? It can be beliefs, it can be habits, it can be maybe jobs, it can be hobbies. Maybe there's a hobby you're still doing, but you don't enjoy it anymore. So yeah, what are some things that you've outgrown that you're still hanging on to, and how is that serving you? Maybe when we still sometimes we things still serve us even if it's not in a healthy way. So an example is an unhealthy habit. When we hang on to an unhealthy habit, we're still getting some form of comfort from it. And so that is an example of how something that's not really good for us could still benefit us. Well, that's all I have for now. Thank you for joining me on this Topic Tuesday. And let me know in the comments below what other topics you would like me to cover in the future. I have some other interviews that will be coming out really soon. So tune in on Topic Tuesday for when those come out, as well as other topics that I plan to be sharing. And yeah, I'd love to have your feedback, or if there's any questions you'd like me to answer, whether it's about veganism or boundary setting, confidence, saying no, communication. These are all things that I'm very passionate and supporting people with. And I have a lot of different tools and a lot of information and resources that I can share, and those span of topics. Oops, I bumped my computer. Uh, so yeah, I'm here to serve and help. And please let me know how I can continue to create content that will help serve you. And also, if you are somebody who would like to share your vegan story on a future episode, please feel free to reach me out. Please feel free to reach out to me. I have my contact information. I have a link in the notes below. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, and also if you haven't subscribed and you would like to support my channel, please subscribe. This helps other people find it as I build the audience. So if you would like to support, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you would like to be a future guest, if you're a vegan business owner or you are someone who has a topic that can be helpful to share with others and help them become more confident in being who they are. I'd love to talk with you more and see if you could be a future guest on here. So I'll stop rambling and I will see you all soon. And I'll be posting something on Food Friday. All right, have a wonderful week. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.